Hola, Stanley Grove. It's Miss Ronshaugen here. Today we're going to do a little bit of Spanish practice. I'm going to tell you a traditional tale from Spain called La Ratita Presumida, or The Vain Little Mouse. In the story, I'm going to read it mostly in English, but there's some Spanish words that I want you to listen for and look out for, and at the end of the story, we'll practice saying them all together. Okay, the story, as I said, is called La Ratita Presumida. Little Mouse, or La Ratita, lived en una casa pequeña, in a little house. One day, when she was sweeping the floor, she found a coin. She said, "With this coin, I'm going to buy un lazo rojo, a red bow for my hair. I'll look beautiful, muy linda." She was muy linda with el lazo rojo in her hair. She sat next to the window, la ventana, so everybody could see her, and called down to the street for all the village to look up and see how beautiful she was. Just then, el burro, the donkey, came wandering past the window. "La ratita, you do look beautiful," said el burro. "Will you marry me?" "Let me hear your voice first," said La Ratita. "I will only marry someone with a beautiful voice." "I will bray like this," said el burro, and he brayed, "Hee-haw!" "Oh no, you sound awful," cried La Ratita. "I'll never marry you." Soon after, el perro, the dog, ambled past the window. "La Ratita, you do look beautiful," said el perro. "Why don't you marry me?" "Let me hear your voice first. I will only marry someone with a beautiful voice," said La Ratita. "I will bark like this," said el perro, and he barked, "Guau, guau." "Oh no, you sound even worse," cried La Ratita. "I'll never marry you." Finally, el gato, the cat, came past the window. El gato asked her, "La Ratita, will you marry me?" She was now very vain indeed, for no one's voice had matched her beauty. "Let me hear your voice first. I will only marry someone with a beautiful voice," said La Ratita. "I'll sing like this," said el gato, and then he sang una canción hermosa, a beautiful song. Said La Ratita. "You sound almost as beautiful as I look. I will marry you." So they got married. But on the day of their wedding, guess what? The cat didn't sing una canción hermosa, a beautiful song. He ate La Ratita Presumida, the vain little mouse, in one little bite. El fin, the end of La Ratita Presumida. Vale, aprendamos. Let's learn. We'll start out with the title, La Ratita Presumida, which means the vain little mouse. Then we've got una casa pequeña, a little house. Un lazo rojo, a red bow. La ventana, the window. El burro, the donkey. El perro, the dog. El gato, the cat. And una canción hermosa, a beautiful song. One more time. This time I'll say them twice so that you can hear me pronounce it and then you can practice it yourself. So let's start out with La Ratita Presumida. La Ratita Presumida. Una casa pequeña. Una casa pequeña. Un lazo rojo. Un lazo rojo. La ventana. La ventana. El burro. El burro. El perro. El perro. El gato. El gato. Una canción hermosa. Una canción hermosa. Let's look closely at some of the words and find out a little bit more of them. So we had a few words that have a double R sound. So like in el perro, you got the rolled R, perro, and burro. You've also got la ventana, which has a V at the start, so it makes a little bit of a, not quite a V, but like a B almost, so la ventana. We've also got lazo. We don't say z, we put a th sound in there instead, a hard th. Lazo rojo. We've got a tilde on the N, so we have una casa pequeña. And we've got an accent mark on the O of canción, so instead of una canción, it's una canción. We've also got some different kinds of articles. So we had una, a song, una, a house, and un, a bow. We also, though, had la ventana, the window, el burro, the donkey, el perro, the dog, el gato, the cat, la ratita, the mouse. Can you notice which ones are masculine, like el gato, or feminine, like ratita? And the same goes for the ones that are a, un lazo or una casa. Which ones are masculine, which ones are feminine? Right, well done for listening along with all the words and trying them out yourself. My challenge to set you would be, can you make your own picture dictionary like I have done, where you draw a picture and rewrite the words, so practice writing. Could you, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, could you make some of your own sentences with the words that are a bit simpler, like el burro or el perro, words you already know? You could make some sentences by looking up nouns on Google Translate or in a Spanish dictionary. So for example, you could make a sentence like el perro ladra, the dog barks, or el gato come la ratita, the cat eats the mouse. Or you could, if you really want to challenge yourself, make your own English-Spanish story where you use these words again, but you make up a different story with them and use some English and some Spanish wherever you can. Okay, thank you so much for listening, everybody, and thanks for joining me, and hasta luego. Gracias. Adiós.